Virgo, you're reading something, you're coming across something, you're coming across some receipts, or you're coming across a bit of information. You're reading a headline, or you've tripped over some knowledge, let's say, maybe knowledge that you feel like you wanted to have, but you wish you could unsee it, like you're seeing something and you wish you could unsee it. Whatever you're reading, whether it's coming across some messages, coming across a text, there is sort of like the indication here that you might come across the information surreptitiously. In other words, you're maybe doing something where you're challenging a bit of a morality code in order to get access to certain information. But whatever you're reading here, it's making you hot. It's making you hot under the collar. I feel like whatever this is, it stirs in you both a blend of, I was going to say anger, but rage comes up, okay? So there's something that makes you want to rage for order in a situation where something's gotten completely out of hand. I feel like there's passion behind this, but it's more like a passion for what's right, or a passion that involves some kind of rectification. Something is terribly wrong. There's been some kind of surveillance in a situation. There's been some kind of infiltration in an area, somebody keeping too close of an eye on something, or sort of looking for something, and they go looking for something and they find it. And what they find, it's sort of like a real sharp edge of truth, I feel. I think that you're in the hot seat. You might be reading something about another person and feel like they're totally screwed when you read about this. Again, you could be like seeing something come across the news, or receiving some kind of news about somebody who's in a bit of trouble, who's gotten themselves in a hard way. I feel like in some way it would normally put you in a position of responsibility, but now you're sort of being asked to question, does it? Does it really? Is this really your responsibility? It's not always up to you to put out other people's fires. Something about this, though, it's like weighing it out, to get involved or to not get involved. It's got you in the belly of the beast. And I just heard, I don't want to be attached. Leave my name out of it. Okay? I don't want to be attached. Leave my name out of it. There's something that you don't want to be involved in, and yet you feel like you're tied to it in some way. Maybe your name has been brought into something, possibly by somebody else. I do feel like there's somebody in this situation that you're totally stonewalling. This is someone you don't have any time for. You're tired of their theatrics. You're tired of their antics. You're tired of them creating messes for you to clean up. You're tired of their drama. And I do feel like you got, a mission you're here to complete at this time. You have a quest that you are meant to go on, and it doesn't allow for any kind of distraction. You might want to question why there's so much distraction around you right now. Some may be accusing you of being emotionless, not having any feelings. You just don't care to invest your energy in feeling deeply about bullshit. I mean, that's the way it's coming across. I think you got your own worries. I think you're worried about finances. I think you're worried about your home life. I think you're worried about key family members. I think there's a real key relationship on the line that you're focusing on here. You're also, thinking about your reputation. You're thinking about how you're perceived. You're starting to realize, I don't want to be attached to certain people if they come with these strings attached, or if I get lumped in a category of guilt by association. And that might be something that's starting to dawn on you. I think you know where your dawn is. Yeah, I think you know where your dawn is. You're tired of being in a situation where you're subject to some maniac's whims here. You got King Fancy, who thinks he's ruler of the kingdom and it's all about his happiness. And meanwhile, his happiness has been built on the backs of others, And I do feel like where somebody's been taking advantage of you, or taking more than their share, or putting you in a subservient position, or only content, only fulfilled and only willing to be agreeable or work with you if you're like down on your knees. Something is being rectified in this situation. Somebody is being taken out of that position of power. I see that there, like the end is coming soon in regard to that. This could be connected with a Scorpio, but I do feel that it gives you a renewal of energy. This is like when it all pops off for you. Got birthday corpse here. So you could be dealing with a Pisces in relation to this. There could be a Pisces that you've been moving through some heavy duty 8th house territory around here. Could be matters that are taboo that are connected to this. There could be clandestine situations associated with this. There could even be something just for family to come up, for money to come up. There could be something connected to inheritance coming up around this as well. Again, somebody may be trying to hoard something that they're not supposed to hoard. Somebody may be taking more than their share. Somebody may be building their future, building their security, or building their happiness off the backs of others. And I feel like time's up on this. There is something here that you feel like a moth to a flame. Like, I think you're hungry for knowledge. That's what you want. And I do think where you're hungry for knowledge and where you go looking for it, you are going to find it, Virgo. 6:22 on the clock. Yep, you're going to get a vision of something for sure. You're going to feel out what's really been going on here by knowing where to look. I think you already know where you need to look for your answers. You're going to find those answers. And you're going to realize who's been working with who. And when you discover this, you're going to feel like you really got martyred in a situation, like somebody really played you, you know, they played you. Then you realize too, at the same time, that you kind of like put yourself in that position to get worked like that by believing, you know, in some magical fantasy outcome in a situation that had you taken on more than your fair share. And when you feel this, you're going to feel vengeance. You're going to feel vengeance. And you're going to feel like you need to fight off anything that's going to get in the way of where you need to go. Because it's like, as soon as you come across this information, it makes your way forward very clear. Like, I know what I need to do now. I know my next step. But you are totally just like cutting somebody off here. I see that. All right. You are. You're going to choose to walk away from something. This could be anything. This could be like a long-standing argument. This could be a friendship. Yeah, you're tired of taking all the heat in a situation. You're tired of being held up here. I feel like you're ready to jump into the fire. You're ready to transform all this heavy, shadowy, like negative cycle BS, and you're ready to get beyond it because it's really like taking over your world. It's taking over your world here. It's coloring your view of the world. Some of you, like World Wide Web energy, you need to do a real cleaning of, you know, your web connections. Like, who are you connecting with online? There could even be like somebody getting too much into your business online. It could be complicating matters there. I just want to bring that in. Okay. All right, let's see what's coming in here. I do feel like happiness is on the other side once you clear this out. But I feel like first you're going to get really heated around this, whatever this is, Virgo. And it's going to take some effort from you. You're going to have to really just sort of like shut out the noise of the peanut gallery here and not let yourself get involved, not let yourself go into fix it mode when it's a problem that's not yours to fix. Yeah, see, vengeance in reverse here. It's like calm down the heart a little bit, okay? When this comes in, that's not going to be the right approach. It's not going to be the right approach. You got to keep it moving here. You know, you got to focus on some basic things. I do feel like this is like sounding the horn of judgment for you, and it's announcing a new timeline that's sliding into view for you. You're tired of dealing with sort of this diversionary energy on the side, these connections that they give me a little interest here and there, you know, they give me something to do from time to time, but these connections don't really nourish me. Also, these people aren't really wanting to grow, you know. I'm wanting to be like, you know, in a position where you know, I'm advancing here, I'm growing here. I also want to create something that endures. And so I do feel like you got your sights set on something here. You want a new beginning, and you recognize that maybe, you know, you even recognize you might have misjudged somebody, okay? Or somebody's recognizing they misjudged you. I could see it could be like a mirrored energy. It could be a little bit on both sides, but I do feel like, you know, what initially starts out like really getting you fired up. I mean, if you go looking for smoke, you're gonna find fire. It's gonna heat you up, whatever you learn here. But I do feel like it's sort of what's needed in order for there to be like a release of what's kind of kept you in a holding pattern when it comes to your heart here. And then all of a sudden there's like it's like letting go of all this energy that's just been holding you back for so long. 1033. It'll be so helpful. I have to tell you, it's like it'll hatch a new vision. Even though it's tough, it hatches a new vision for you. Okay, let me do a cut of the deck here and see what we got. Yeah, because I mean, somebody here likes to make you guess about things. They like to make you guess about, you know, what's going to happen next or what are they feeling or what's in store. And it's just, you're tired of this. You just want things to be open, honest, upfront. You also want to be able to really like let the drawbridge around, you know, your heart down. And you can't do that, you know, if somebody is so content to just like keep things, you know, hidden, and then you hear through the grapevine that, you know, they're talking shit about you. 1122 on the clock, that may be what happens here. You may be hearing that somebody's talking some shit about you, and it's just, it's making you realize like I could stay here, you know, and feel sorry for this person and, you know, co-sign on that BS, and it's just going to be the same thing. Nothing's going to transform in this situation. I think you're ready to give it up. Yeah, you're tired of somebody, you know, acting like it's all about them. Like you're ready to burn a bridge. I see that. You're tired of somebody kind of like acting like a petulant child and then creating these big messes and expecting you to put out the fires. That's what I see. So I like this energy. I see you're like really standing up for yourself here. And I think you're choosing to make room in your heart for what matters. That's sort of how it's coming through. What do we got on the bottom of the deck here? Yeah, look at that. Okay, Eight of Cups, you are walking away. And I don't think it's necessarily easy because you did invest a lot of time and energy in a situation. But it's time for you to go in hermit mode. And when I say hermit mode, I mean, you're really meant to go your own way. You have a very special path that's opening up for you, and it's going to bring you a lot of growth. And it's a deeply personal and spiritual path that you're meant to walk here. Nobody else can really go down that road with you, and nobody else will really understand what your quest is about. It's something uniquely your quest, your mission that's in your heart. And you recognize now that you've been getting distracted for too long, you know, sort of helping other people resolve their issues when there's something within your heart that you really want to resolve. And other people have gotten in the way. I feel like you're really not tolerating it anymore. It's like you've got blinders on here, like you're only looking at what's in front of you. Okay, let's see what we got here, Virgo, bottom of the deck. Ooh, look at that. Queen of Wands energy. You definitely are calling your fire back, and you do have your eyes set in a particular direction, something that lights your fire in a good way, something that makes you feel like that old thrill and that sense of adventure is coming back within you. You know, there's something here where you're really feeling personally empowered. And I feel like you're especially feeling empowered and being really real and raw with your feelings. There might even be something you're doing or something you're creating here where you're getting really real and raw with your feelings, and you're allowing people to see a side of you that they've never witnessed before. It's super empowering. It's like you're really stepping up into this creative cycle. It might be a way that you're releasing some of that old pain, to make room for new life to come in and nourish you. I feel like you've dealt with some major injustice here, major injustice, with justice in reverse to the 10 of Swords, in reverse to the 2 of Cups, in reverse. Like something really dirty was done that disrespected something that should have been really true and pure here. All right. There's some injustice that's been done, and it's caused some kind of separation, some kind of severance here. And it does need to be rectified. And it's been keeping something in a chrysalis state for far too long when it should have sprouted wings and taken flight a long time ago. There could be a Libra connected to this, okay, with justice there. Let me do a cut of the deck and see what we got. We got the 10 of Cups, you see? There's some relief that's supposed to come after what's been an injustice, but there's been betrayal here. There's been betrayal here. Maybe you're not aware of this betrayal. It could have something to do with a family betrayal, or it could have something to do with a betrayal that is connected to like a group of people that you're very close to. We got the King of Cups coming in here with Temperance energy. Okay, so I mean, this could be like a father figure, or this could be a romantic partner. There's something you're learning here, and something that needs to be balanced out. There could be a child involved in this situation too. Earth sign energy, your energy. Okay, there's something that needs to be healed here. And there is judgment being called on a situation. And I do see there's 3 people, involved in this dynamic. They may be receiving a phone call. So this could be a family matter, something that needs to be resolved in a situation. It may be something you're really feeling deeply, Virgo, It could involve one of your children, Virgo, I have to say. And there might need to be like some long-term game plan that's like outlined there for those of you that have children, for others of you that are investing in a business, like a way forward for yourself. I feel like you might have been working with some kind of business partnership where you really got, taken to the cleaners, or you weren't treated fairly in a situation. You invested in this direction and it didn't pan out, but I feel like this is about sort of like, laying down the right foundation moving forward, because I do feel like there's some judgment coming in here where 3 people that did something that like was unethical, or it wasn't right, or it cut short something that should have been an alignment for some kind of happiness, some kind of alleviation of stress, of struggle, of challenges, something that really should have come through was interrupted in an unjust way, could have been through theft or some kind of betrayal. I do feel like this is going to be restored, whatever this is, but it will take time. And it's about like really laying down a new foundation moving forward here. And there's major choice involved in this situation. Okay, there could be a Gemini connected to this situation. This could be in relation to a love relationship, or anybody or any path that you've really been invested in. There's a major choice here. This is something you can't avoid. It's a crossroads position, okay? But whatever you decide here, this is the right action, and it will be to close a particular cycle. I see that. There's success on the other side. There's success on the other side. I want to see where the success is, and then we'll leave this off until next time. Ooh, we got the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords, what's behind that? Ooh, the High Priestess. So there's a secret that's coming out. There's a secret that's coming out. Remember what I said? Something's being brought to an end. You may hear about like somebody getting exposed for something that they did that involved taking something that wasn't theirs, or causing some kind of loss for the family. I got like financial connection around this, or something that's been held up that you didn't even know about, could be related to an inheritance, or could be related to somebody passing, and something's been hidden here. You didn't even know about this, and maybe this is something that really could have been beneficial for you to know too. It's something that would have really changed a lot of your choices in a particular situation. It's something that caused some kind of heartache here. One more card here. I feel like I need something else. I can't just leave it off on this. I know there's success on the other side of this, but there's something you're navigating here. I think whatever this secret is that comes out, whatever you're discovering here, it's going to put you in your head for a minute. I do feel like it's going to stress you out. You're going to struggle with this a little bit, I have to tell you. I think you'll be grateful when you bring this to a close and what's on the other side. But I think it is challenging to move through. Okay, I'm going to do one more split of the decks. I just feel like I can't leave it off with that, Virgo. Let's see what we got here. Okay, there will be movement moving forward. Okay, it's not going to stay in that stuck position, but there is something like 2 months here, a 2-month period for really things to move forward in a productive way. And you get back toward that happiness. You do have that dawn come into your life, you know, the rising of the sun that you've been hoping to see. And if you have been worried about a child, I do see something being rectified here in a really good way. There is movement forward. There could be a Leo connected to this situation. You could share a child with a Leo. Whatever this is, it does turn out well in the end. There is happiness that comes through here. But first, there's the digesting of something that I heard is scandalous.